Hello, friends. Welcome to this journey of germanium met. Germanium met is a rare remedy, and I have got very few cases of that, but they have been really worthy of sharing. And sharing for one very major reason that the current situation in which people are living calls for germanium met to a very great extent. I mean, after knowing this remedy, I'm sure you will use it in your clinic too. And another major reason was that few of my friends who had not attended the seminar during my presentation of germanium med 2 years back, they requested me to repeat it so that they can use it in their practice. And the third most reason was my friends wanted a revision of this remedy because it's hard to apply. These personalities are really rare and they are tough to understand because of the complexity of their thought process. So, here I am with the entire presentation that I had prepared, the entire PPT I will share with you in all the videos of Germanium Med. Let me start by sharing some cases of germanium met, and in these cases you will find one very common facet, and these common facets, all the common facets we will see in the PPT. Let's just listen to some cases first. Okay. And one more coincidence has been that I have applied it in females. Okay, I have not yet used it in males. It doesn't mean it must be there in males, but it is such a tough remedy to crack, to understand the complexity. It is very similar to many parallel remedies. We'll do the DD also at the end. So, one case which I would start was of an old lady, and she had a stroke. After that, she had laryngeal paralysis. Her tracheostomy was done, and the stoma could not be removed because every time they tried removing the stoma, and the healing would not take place, and everything starts oozing out of it. And it was a very bad scenario for the lady to handle. She was more than 65 years of age. She had been a teacher in her times. She had lost her husband some time back, and after that she developed this stroke and followed by paralysis. So her issue was that she could not talk, she could not swallow, and even though she wants to eat good food, whatever was prepared in the house, like even pav bhaji, bhel puri, samosa, all these things also, she would want to be churned in the mixer grinder, and then she could swallow it. Otherwise, it was very difficult for her to swallow solid foods. So her main issue was that whenever I would ask her that explain what you're going through, because she could not talk. Okay, so for this reason of not being able to talk, she would carry a whiteboard and a marker pen with her all the time in her bag, and she would express her feelings to me in writing. So she would write down that nobody has time to talk to me, everyone is busy. And her daughter-in-law had been so caring all the while. She would take care of all the entire household affairs, and she would take care of her in the way that she had provided a 24-hour caretaker for her, and she would supervise everybody in the house. She would do the cooking also and everything. But then the thing was that because of this paralysis, her saliva used to keep dripping from the oozing from the mouth. So she would say that you don't enter the kitchen, you just stay out, you tell us what is to be done because of this dripping, and it is not hygienic, right? So that is why she would avoid her to come in the kitchen or help in other work at home. So she would find herself very aloof, very lonely, and nobody to talk to, nobody to be with her, to listen to her, because she could not talk anyways. But nobody to be there and give her that little time, which the kind of quality time that she wanted. She would always complain, that daughter-in-law is busy, she's very busy in her work, son is busy in his office work, the granddaughters are grown up, they go to school. So this is how she would write and communicate one after the other in the visits. And the daughter-in-law, how much ever she, so daughter-in-law was very sensitive and she could understand what she's demanding. She would explain me that she wants that we should spend time with her, but how much time can we spend? We also have a lot of work to do. Even I need rest sometimes. So even in my resting time, she feels that I'm not giving her time, and this was her desire actually. Okay. And after giving germanium met, and one more thing was that she would cry very badly. Her cry was, it would just penetrate your heart. The way she would cry, she's like, I don't want to live, I just want to die, because I cannot live in this condition, it's so horrible. So that was one thing. Okay. After germanium met, they could remove the stoma, and the entire thing got healed very very smoothly. And after this phase passed out, and this healed in 2 months time, it just healed. So that was one very significant thing to happen, a big achievement for the entire family, because the pain that she was feeling, even her family was feeling for her. Another case was again of an old lady. And for this case, obviously the state changed, the remedy changed, and she became more positive about her approach to life. Even in the similar state, even though if she can't speak, but her thought process changed, that not giving time and all that, she was more composed. Another case was of an old lady, and she had breast cancer. Because she had breast cancer, so her family, she used to stay in Rajasthan, her husband had passed away, she had a son and daughter, and who were themselves grandparents. So this was an old lady of 80 years of age around. So since they could not keep her alone in Rajasthan in this condition, so they thought it is better to come and stay in son's house. So they brought her to Mumbai. Okay. Now here she developed chronic cough. Chronic cough was so troublesome for her for one major reason, that she would have involuntary urination. She could not control the urge to urinate. The moment she would cough, that hawk, and immediately her urine would pass. Now in Mumbai, this lady was able to talk, and she really expressed it so well. In Mumbai, when she came to stay, the houses are really small, and she had a very big house in Rajasthan. And because of that big house, the big veranda they have, and all the neighborhood ladies would come, they would do, हम लोग मसाला पीसते हैं, we do all the household work basically of the kitchen, and the spices, grinding the spices together, making papad together, and then drying them in the sun. So all this activity she would do there, and in the evening time they would spend talking and doing something or the other. So she was comparatively free and spaced out, because since her childhood she had been staying in Rajasthan, so she was obviously more comfortable there. Now after coming to Mumbai, here what happened, that they stay in a 2 BHK house. Her son, daughter-in-law, grandson, granddaughter-in-law, and a grandchild again. So the 2 bedrooms were occupied by these 2 families, and they would put a sofa for her in the hall, and she would just had to lie over there the entire day and the entire night. There was no space where she would have her own activities, or she would say that here everybody is just in their own lives, and I don't have space to move around. And because of this involuntary urination, I wet my clothes sometimes because of arthritis. I can't walk fast, I can't just immediately go and go to the bathroom, I need support, somebody to take me. and because of my smelly clothes, I always feel that I'm smelling, and I feel that awkward, and whenever I get a cough, I feel just I should control, and it should not just go so much beyond control that urine passes and then somebody smells it. And I'm sitting in the drawing area of the house, and anybody comes, the guest comes, the entire drawing area smells sometimes. That's what I feel. And people don't sit near to me for a long time. I'm just only TV is my only entertainment over here. What I feel, doctor, I feel as if how a bird feels in the cage, that I am in a cage, and my entire day and night just passes in that cage. I'm all alone. And there in Rajasthan, I was a free bird. Although I was in my house, but house was itself so big, there were people over there to whom those exchanges of ideas would happen. Here, it doesn't happen. My daughter-in-law doesn't understand me, and my son takes her side, and I don't feel good over here. So this was her feeling, and after Germanium met, her cough subsided, and she was very much at ease. Although this was again a temporary phase, but this was the remedy which helped her to overcome that chronic cough. And after Germanium met, even her perception changed. She started going to her daughter's house. Her daughter would put her on a wheelchair and take her to the mall. So she started moving out of the house. At least she agreed to go to her daughter's house. So I felt that this was the change possible with this remedy only. Otherwise she was just stuck up and not able to move out of that confined zone. Okay, so because the tradition over here is that you should not go to daughter's house to live, so she accepted it and she moved out. Now the third case of Germanium met was the case of infertility that I had presented in the seminar, and in this case I would present the entire PPT to you. And let me continue this case, start with this case and continue the PPT throughout at one stretch in the next video. Do like, comment, and subscribe. And your comments are very important to me to understand how it is going, where I need to do what. And of course, common remedies are to be covered, I know that. But this state is very important to understand in this scenario. So it will really help you. Thank you so much.